Yes, welcome right the queue. What's happening, lads? How you doing? You good?
Yes, very well.
I can't believe
very well.
your jacket off.
I know, he was looking amazing, wasn't
I know. He was looking top.
Slaney, get the jacket.
No, I get it. I'm going to get the jacket. It took me back to the 80s. It's like you were going down to Panama Jacks.
I don't like showing off. It's a nice jacket. I don't like showing off.
I've still got the coat hanging into it. It was a bit big, wasn't it? It was a bit baggy, Frank, no?
Very big, I was saying that. No, listen, it was a wee flashback to what Frankie was like back in the day, wasn't it?
He had that look in his eye, didn't he? I thought you were getting horsed.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, show us the tag.
Just snapped it off there, Simon.
Did you snap it?
Well, it was me that snapped it actually. Just snapped it off. No, sorry.
Talking of snapping it off, what about the commentator last night? Snapped it off.
That was unbelievable.
In fact, we'll come to that because you've got your, he's got his leaderboard.
To be done in 2 minutes.
The ACCIES commentator, did you hear about it, Frankie?
Yes, I did.
Make it play. Game his joke. Game his joke back.
Wee joke. It's a joke. A wee joke. You need a shite. I know. We don't get it. We want to go. There's nobody there. What
about how many people do you think listen to ACCIES TV?
Zero.
I tell you what, but you don't want to mess with the Hamilton boys. I'm telling you, I know for experience. You've got to watch yourself.
I thought you were a Glasgow boy.
I get a phone.
Thought you were a Glasgow boy.
I'm an adopted Hamilton boy.
I get a phone.
Maka, he thought I was born and raised in Hamilton. No, I was in Glasgow. I was Shettleston, Gathamlock, Ballanach. I was born in Bellison, so...
Talking about jobbies in Shettleston.
I know. They phoned me yesterday, they're doing this charity thing, Mother Goose or something like that there. They said, come on, I said, no, not a chance. Because they do a lot for Hamilton, they want me to do everything, but I thought they were going to offer me the job, the compare.
The commentator?
I'd make it a compare, don't worry about it, I'm not a commentator. Do you think I'll make it big? It depends what you're talking about. Okay, boys, that
good, Frank.
You timing them? It's been a rough couple of months. Right, you ready to get the clock going?
How many?
2 minutes is a forfeit today if I don't...
3. Oh, what's the forfeit?
Just name it.
Right. He's got to put on Marcus jacket.
Switch jackets.
What a shiver of the day.
What a shiver of the day.
Sorry, son.
Right, what's his forfeit if he doesn't do it?
Can't you do that? We need to wait till we get back out and all that.
No, I think press-ups. We'll start with
Press-ups.
press-ups.
For fun.
Up on here, 20 press-ups.
No, dancing.
Yes.
You've got to dance.
Or dance, you can pick press-ups or dance.
Right, okay.
Right, so
on the
how long
table.
are you getting yourself?
2 minutes.
Right, 2
3,
minutes.
I would gear 3. Go 3.
Right,
Okay.
2 minutes. Ready, on you go.
Welcome to the Who Knows When, the greatest leaderboard in the world, Simon. I'm actually still going slow here. You know what I mean? And I've got
He wants to do it, doesn't he?
I do, I love that. Okay, Simon, 2 massive winners. They didn't win 1,000. I've ripped arse out of that. They won £4,000 each. The 2 winners
Who won the 2 arseholes?
they won £4,000 each. Was Dave Patterson 87 and NB treble 1. They claimed the £4,000 each as well, Simon. That goes to
£4,000 each.
4 plus 4 is £8,000.
Well, does that just go straight into your account?
Yes. Right into the account, Simon. Not a problem. And yet again, none of us have had even a bonus for it. I mean, for you two.
No, I know. Embarrassing.
We spoke about that.
So the runners up,
Got to be something done.
Simon, Derek, right? The runners up didn't walk away empty-handed. They walked away with a massive. I'm really happy for them. A massive.
You look at
£98. Unbelievable.
Boys, stick it back in the pot.
to be scoffed at.
Aye. Well, the good news doesn't end there for NB treble 1. He was our monthly winner as well, and he will win the football top of his choice.
Well done.
Make sure you join the weekend to give yourself the best chance of topping our weekly and monthly leaderboard and have your name read out by yours truly.
Yes.
The pundits aren't involved this week. Don't worry, we'll be back next week. We're still involved, but we've had a malfunction in the printer.
Can I just say something? Your 2 things, it makes it look like the Joker's shagging that goat.
I know.
See, when you swing.
You're trying to waste time for me. To play this weekend for our £15,000 £15,000 prize pot. Download. See, I'm getting distracted. This is my chance to make it as well. Download the Who Knows When app and join the Open Goal League for your chance to win. Pin for the main league is Boogie.
7. What about the pundits?
Pundits not in it this week.
Shit, you missed it.
By the way, I done well this week too. I think I done well. I got a few. Aye,
Thank
I got
goodness
you.
for that.
Excellent.
I got them right, didn't I?
You made that.
Did you get them all right?
So that's like that.
I can't get one wrong.
Is it like that?
I think I get one wrong this week.
You're starting to take this serious now,
I know.
Mark, aren't you?
I get one wrong.
So it took you 3 years, Frank, to start taking it fucking serious.
Well,
Thanks,
that's
mate.
all right. You know, you've got to build in things, you know.
Right, I'm on ACCIES, man.
Oh.
They are going down this year, though. I'm adamant. I think this year's going to be the year
Adamant.
there. Would you agree with it?
Well, do you know something? I was
Massive game
watching
last
the
night,
game. It was a massive game. By the way, fair play to John Hughes before we even talk about ACCIES, because changed it quite a few times last night. They played it different. They played a 4-2-3-1. The boy shot up top. Changed it after an hour. He brought the boy White on. Played 2 up top. And then wasn't he quite well? They were dominating the game. Wasn't he quite happening? And then on 77 minutes, I couldn't believe it. They made 4 changes. He was looking to try and tweak something here, there.
Made
just
more
to-
changes last night with Lenny done all season.
Aye, but do you know something? And it worked. But I think the
So
difference.
sorry, he made 4 changes.
Four,
at once after making
77
2 already?
minutes,
Aye.
4 boys come on, 4 come up, and
Right.
it changed the game because they scored in the last 9 minutes of the game. But what I was going to say, it was the quality that he's got on the bench. I think that's going to be the difference, guys, because you look at ACCIES. ACCIES were typical ACCIES last night. They gave everything for Chipper, as they always do. They played some decent stuff as well, get their noses in front, albeit it was an own goal. But it's the quality and depth. And I think if you look at the other teams down there, I mean, I don't know if we're going to talk about Kilmarnock, they're struggling a wee bit, but it's the quality. And if you look to the bench to try and change things, that's what John Hughes had last night. He had that in abundance, that quality, and that's what changed the game.
Hamilton should be, with the budget that they've got, it's a tough job for Brian Rice, isn't it? Like you say, with the
I've
size
always
of
say
squad.
all the time, every year,
every
all
year.
they're the pundits'
Every year.
favourites to go down, and I know I can see it, but they always find a result somewhere. They always punch above their weight. I think they did brilliant for them even to be in the division with the money they have at their disposal. So this might be the year, and just what you're saying.
The thing is with Ross County, big Yogi's, he's infectious, isn't he? He's got that, it rubs off on everyone, so that's gave them a spark. They're getting some good results now.
But not just infectious, he was trying and tweaking
Tactically
things here,
good
there.
I know.
He even went 3
I know.
up at one point.
I
I think he pushed the
Wants
boy
to play
Hilton
the
on
right
as
way,
well.
don't
He was trying everything. So, and they got his just rewards. Fair play to him.
It's a genius. Tactical genius, John Hughes.
Tactical
He's
genius.
very
I
good.
wouldn't say genius. You know, John. I wouldn't say
I
genius.
think the biggest talking point of Hamilton season is the commentator who turned up late
what's
for the second
happening?
half and said he was away taking a job. Was
Aye.
that?
Have you heard that?
Aye.
No, I've actually. I've not
Mate, he
actually.
does go on for a bit too long about his jobby, but
Aye.
still.
So what was the actual gist? Did he come in late and just?
He says, sorry, there's not been any commentary the first couple of minutes. I was actually away getting a job.
Do you know, I think Slaney, I think he was late.
It could have been worse.
I think he was at a different venue. He
It could
went
have
somewhere else. He went,
Aye.
I think he was in Glasgow. He thought they were
What, he went
comment-
into Glasgow for a jobby?
well, no. He went in there to comment. I think he thought they were doing it for some venue.
late.
So, and then he gets late to the game. He was obviously struggling at half time for the toilet, so he nips away. Should have nipped it a
guy's
wee
a
bit
hero.
quicker.
Brilliant.
Aye. So,
You were at
Brilliant.
the game, Derek, weren't you? You said you could smell it.
oh, by the way. And do you know something? Right.
Brian Rice stood in it.
I'll give you a wee insight, by the way. Oh, I'll give you a wee insight.
shit on the
Right. See, when you're working on a Saturday, right, whether you're working, but obviously I do a wee bit of work for the BBC, you've got to be in place at 1:30 and you can't leave there till 6 o'clock. You
Professionalism.
can't move.
Aye.
So there you go.
What, you
So-
can't go for a toilet?
No, you can't get caught. No, so you've got to. Nah, I think I need to wear an app.
Aye, but you,
It's a tough one.
But
See,
you're away a guy. If you want to go, you just not ask you any questions while you're away.
Aye, but it's a mad sprint and that. But
Has to be snipers there.
aye,
What,
so
snipers need to sit there ahead of full time?
Sit there.
Do they just piss themselves?
Piss
innit?
yourself, whatever. They cannot move.
it could only happen in Scottish football, but innit? You know, and so.
Do we
it's-
want him to get his job back or no?
I think so.
Aye.
But you've been chucked out that stadium before, haven't you?
I have, aye.
For something similar?
No, nothing to do. But I go to the ACCIES. I go to the ACCIES game. I was there about 1 o'clock. We don't go near to 2. It was a beautiful day, so I went away to the stand, for the main stand, away to the left-hand side. So I'm sitting there and I'm on the phone, going through a few emails in the sunshine, lovely. I'd been set.
Emails?
What?
Emails?
Aye, looking at what I've got today for the
right, okay.
you know, professional.
He's heard something
You know what I mean?
talking
So,
about that.
but anyway, and this guy says, what you doing here? And I was like, I says, I'm here with BBC Radio Scotland. We're going on air at 2. I'm set up the stand. I says, I'm just catching a few rays and doing a few wee bits and bobs and that. He says, no, out. And I went like that to him. I says, I'll go in a wee second or two and I'm just finishing up. And next thing, he's got 2 of these big bouncers. Stewards, no bouncers, stewards. I'm thinking you because of the dancing. And they've come out and they've got that right move. And I went like that to him. I says, don't touch me, by the way. I said, don't even put a horn on me. Right, I was serious. Right, so they're walking me out and they're walking me. I was like, where are we going? He says, we're taking you into the main entrance. So as we got to the main entrance, and I looked at the wee guy that had popped us out, right, and I was raging with him and all. So as we go to the main entrance, I says to one of the boys, I says, I'm telling you, don't lay a horn on me. But as we go there, I was ran through the main entrance, onto the park, down to where I was sitting, because you've got obviously the barrier, you know, so I can be pitch side, because I'm all right to be there. And I stood, and the wee guy was raging. He was standing up in the stand, looking down, and I just was on my phone like that, giving a wee thumbs up and all that, like that. Get it up.
Running away for the stewards.
But
big boy, couldn't catch you.
One of the stewards was Kev Kyle, wasn't it? Kev Kyle was one of the stewards.
Oh, Big Kev. Well, I tell you what, they were the same size as Big Kev. Big Kev's looking like an athlete.
He is, isn't he?
Aye, he's looking amazing.
He's took his game to another level, Kevin Kyle, last couple of weeks.
Brilliant.
Outstanding, it has been outstanding. Slaney, what won at Hibs? Oh, Kevin Nisbet.
I actually really.
Well, sorry, just before you go.
Not at all.
Will Hamilton Accies go down?
Aye.
Frank?
Yeah.
Derek? Look,
I know, it's looking kind of grim for them.
It's a shame.
So they're going down?
It's a shame for whoever goes down this year.
Do you want to know something? I'll never write them off because I've done it, you know, and this is what they always come up with a result. So it's going to be a hard task for them to stay in that division.
I feel for anybody who goes down this year, because they've spent so much money on all this
COVID stuff and all that.
COVID stuff.
The thing,
Every year they've got to get tested, and premise that they've got to get 2 tests a week or something, isn't it? They've got to get done twice a week. Costs a lot of money.
See if they do
go
good down, Marka, see if they do good down, they've got enough, they'll play all the younger ones. They'll go with all the youth, which is brilliant as well. So,
Derek, just on that, but if Hamilton do go down this year, they'll be looking at teams that are going to put them. Livingston, Motherwell, Ross County.
Livingston, do you say Livingston?
Were they not down there at one point?
Aye, they were, but...
At one point before Martindale came in, I think Holt was in it, but I don't know. But Motherwell and certainly the other
Kilmarnock's
Ross
down
County,
there.
they've changed their manager. So I'm wondering if Hamilton should be thinking...
No.
Not at all.
Nah, I don't think so.
No.
Not at all. No. I'm really interested in your opinion here on Kevin Nisbet. What is your thoughts on this?
Well, I don't know if the rumours are right, that he's handed in a transfer request. I mean, think about it. The money that Hibs have knocked back was about 2.6, 2.8 million, right? Which is, I mean, that's massive amount of money. For the boy himself, what an opportunity. He go to England, make a bit of money. It would be life-changing money, right? So, from that perspective, you're thinking, what a great deal. But then the other side of it is, right, he left Dunfermline, 250,000, and I think they've got a 30% clause that they would. So what are they going to make? About £700,000-800,000 on that? You know, so see, I don't know if that's been the right decision. You know,
from him or for Hibs?
For him and Hibs, because I think.
So do you think you should put the transfer request in?
Yeah, listen, because because it's life changing. Now I don't want to go too much into it, because I like the boy and I like where he's came from when he was at Thistle, and he didn't kind of produce there, and he's changed his lifestyle and everything. So I don't want to harp on it. Before Christmas, you know, he lost his old man. You know, and sometimes what can be good for you is just to get away, change of scenery, but a change of lifestyle. But that could be life-changing money, and who knows, that money that he might have made, I don't know, transfer fee, wages, he might have been able to look after his family, you know, so we don't know all that, but it tells you a story when the boys put the transfer request in, he wanted to go, you know, and I just think it was good for everybody. Great bit of business with Hibs bringing him in, right? He's progressed, and I just think, wow, you know.
Frank, he's been Hibs' best defender this year, hasn't he?
I've said he's a decent striker, and you can
imagine you're at Dunfermline, but 800 grand waiting on, and they must be like that.
But is it right time? He's staying, so is it right time to put a transfer in? The fans will, when, you know, in the streets and all that, the fans will get, especially social media,
Fans must understand that the boys got a chance
I know, but
to
you can
change
say
his
the
life.
club, look, I don't need to put this in. I want to wait this summer. I'll stay here this summer and just sort something out. You know, you can talk to them and get away because they must want the money. That's a lot of money for.
I don't know what are they expecting to get if they're knocking back that type of money.
That's what I'm thinking.
Aye.
You know,
I think they might
can
just
you
want
see
him to
another
stay at the
club
end of the
coming in
season,
with
Derek.
3 or 4 million?
They might just want to stay because I'm going to be honest with you, Hibs, Livingston, they'll all be thinking they're Aberdeen. They'll be thinking they're in a challenge with Celtic for second.
They could maybe get second. But see with Kevin Nisbet for that price, £3 million, should Celtic and Rangers not be taking him?
Well, even before he went to Hibs, I was saying about, I don't know, it was on this show, that Rangers and Celtic should be looking at him. Because, I mean, I watched him, Dunfermline, he was strong, runs a challenge, a good finisher.
Likes to play well.
Aye, he's a good player, and you can just see what you've got there, the ingredients. He's going to be a good player, a right good player.
Because there's still improvement there, because he still is a bit raw, isn't he? Yeah.
And I think Ross Jack says that, he says we'll improve him, but I just think sometimes these opportunities don't come along that often, and sometimes for him, it might have been, that might be one that got away, so
Ross Jack, QC, the manager?
It's Jack Ross, sorry, I know. What did I say last week about, was it?
Wee J Kennedy. Jai Kennedy.
That was Jai Katonga I was talking about. Aye,
Would you take him at Celtic for that, Kevin Nisbet?
It'd be just another one that's there. I think they've got the strikers. They couldn't have somebody else in. They need to get rid of Yeti, Klamala, and Griffiths to bring somebody like that in. Because Edward's the main guy. I thought the best finisher at the club is Griffiths. Something's wrong with him, the manager. So, you know, I don't really care what happened there, but you've got to sort that out, get him fit and get him in the team. I'm a great believer in things like that. So if it's past, Griffiths got to go. You know. Unless the manager go, he might be waiting the manager to go.
Slaney Nisbet, would you take him?
Aye.
You play, what did you pay for Klamala?
4.
3.5 or something. Surely Kevin Nisbet's a less a
100%.
gamble.
But you need to get rid of him first, wouldn't you? Yeah, I don't think they're just.
But I agree with that, but I think you look at Celtic strikers, and they 4 that's there. I don't see maybe 1 out of the 4 will be there next season.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So I would have taken him in a heartbeat, and I think, listen, anybody that's got a problem with him wanting to leave, forget loyalty in football, because see if Kevin Nisbet went to Hibs and was rubbish, he'd have been chipped out the door for nothing. So don't bother saying that. Loyalty doesn't lie in football, okay? Because when it's the other way about, it doesn't work. So Kevin Nisbet's every right to want to.
I like that he's ambitious, mate, and he wants to.
I know.
So do
go
I.
higher.
I just hope the boys he's no scrambled. He needs to knock
Think
him
it
down.
will
Of
be?
course he does, but I just hope he gets his move in the next year or two.
I think he'll get a move. He's a good player. They've got to play him.
But see,
I don't think Jack will hold any grudges against me. You know, he's
Put him
a
back
football guy. I think they'll put him back
aye,
in.
of course.
You know, he's a
Oh,
football
aye.
man.
But now for him being still at Hibs, is that going to be a problem?
No, I don't think so.
Saying that, Mark, has that ever happened to you? Something like that?
Actually, man told me I was going to end the season. It was great.
So did you want to go in January and they said no, you're staying
No,
at
I
the end of the
had
season?
to ask for a transfer, and it was one of them. But I played. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem for me. Signed and played with St Mirren to the end of the season.
And then went to West Ham?
Then went to West Ham. Yeah.
What about you, Derek?
Doing for Live Aid.
No, I didn't.
Did you?
That's what I
Were you
said.
at Live Aid?
I was at Live Aid. Started training the Wednesday, I went down Friday, my mate.
There's Mercury
Went to
there.
Live Aid.
Eh?
Went to Live Aid.
What did you?
Dale. Was that that?
Oh, how good was that, Freddie boy?
Brilliant.
What, with the white vest on?
What
The white vest.
Aye, that's it.
He should
Aye,
be doing
brilliant.
that, shouldn't
That's what he should be doing.
right in the middle.
Have you got that?
We've got to do that one. We've got to do it. That's kept under wraps.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
That's the club, don't worry about that. That's coming.
The biggest show on earth.
He's got his dad's string vest like that.
Oh,
Need to get the stains off it first.
brilliant. One look like Freddie Mercury, looks like Ramsey Nesbitt.
Can you grow a... How is that?
A wee tash. Can you?
Well, Simon, that's
You can buy them now.
A ginger one.
You wait till I tell you that.
I'll get a bit of polish on
I don't
that.
know. Ginger tash.
No, I've just got a vision now. No.
I was going to say something there, right?
And you
I
forgot.
know what you're going to say.
Right, we'll move on, Simon. But certainly at the Hydro, there will be unbelievable things happening, Derek. Do you know what I mean?
Right, I'm looking forward to it.
Aberdeen.
Yes.
What? Honestly, I thought they'd beat Livingston at home. I thought they were a better team away at Livingston. Fancied them at home during the week. And Livingston going to beat them 2-0.
But probably a few of the Aberdeen players thought that. They just need to turn up and they're going to turn that Livingston side up. Listen, they see for the first second, I watched the game, for the first second, you know what you're getting for Livy.
You need to match the work rate, don't you?
You've got work rate and everything, desire they get after you. So if you don't match that, you're going to find yourself struggling. And listen, everybody's talking about Aberdeen. They're not scoring enough goals. Tell you what, look at the back. They've been poor all season at the back. Big Joe Lewis, he is a good goalkeeper, but you know, he's made so many mistakes this season. It's been unbelievable. Back three or the back four that they're gone, mate. I don't think they've been good enough defensively. Look at the goals the other night. I mean, Joe Lewis throws one in.
Is that the one at post?
It's a shocker. It's poor. It's got to deal with that. It takes a wee deflection, but it's the second one Devlin scores. I mean, it's just a simple ball. I mean, we're talking about Celtic, how bad they are.
Standing on his own in the box there, can't he? Devlin.
Nobody near him. Everybody ball watching. No,
I've seen that quite a bit for Aberdeen this year.
And we've always, on this podcast, we've always spoke about Celtic, you know, their defensive frailties. Well, Aberdeen are in the same boat. Everybody's saying, we're not scoring enough goals. We need to shore it up at the back.
What's that down to,
It's
Derek?
not been good.
What's that down to?
Maybe they've got players that think they're maybe a wee bit better than there. Or maybe they just think they need to turn up and everything will be all right. We'll just go about it 80%, 70%. Look at the Livy side. They go 100% for the first second to the last second. And that's what I love about them. And with that as well, Martindale, they're organised, you know, they're disciplined, but they get after you, and I love that. And they don't think they're better. There's no arrogance about them.
They go about their business. And when we played, football's not changed. When we played, you get told, win the battle, and then the quality will show through. But you had to go head to head with them. You had to go right in their faces and win that battle, or you couldn't get playing with teams like Livingston. Even back then, it was the same with teams. You had to do it, and teams are not doing it now. They think they want a yard to play their football, and they're not getting it.
Some teams you think you need to battle them for 20 minutes, half an hour, an hour. We Livy, the whole game. Every second of that game, you need to match them.
What's up, mate?
I don't get that question.
What the next question?
Read that out.
Despite the loss, can you see the likes of Canberra, Henry, Hornby making a big impact? Scott Hart's here, but it's Aberdeen.
Stitch up.
What?
See, I was like,
Was it the Hearts bit that confused you? Did you think they didn't sign for Hearts?
I wasn't sure if they signed for Hearts or not. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
They are good signings, so Paul. Would you agree?
Definitely, and I think.
Who'd you like out of the three?
Boy, Hornby, certainly.
Because he's
Hornby. That's
Hornby.
definitely. Oh, remember that?
Hornby's a good. That's a big signing. He was Scotland under 21.
Scotland under 21.
You got a Hornby
Everton.
train set, Marker?
No.
Train set? The Hornby set?
No.
You don't know that, do you?
Hornby Station, no.
And Hendry, Simon.
Callum Henry, done all right at St Johnstone, didn't he? Never really scored a lot of goals, but I think he's a decent enough player.
Canberra, another good signing, especially at that level.
That boy was at Rangers.
Yeah.
Aye.
Good player.
Aye.
So he is, strong, pods it up well. So he does. But I'm telling you, I think they've got
that's
to,
defence, isn't it?
they've got to get their attitude sorted out. They've got to be a bit more solid. Well, no, a bit more solid, a lot more solid at the back. You know.
There's talk of Russell Anderson coming back, isn't there? To shore it up and Leighton in goals.
Remember somebody volleyed Jim Leighton's teeth out?
It was him. No, it was him. It was his first touch, wasn't it?
His first touch.
Who was that again? Somebody volleyed his teeth out, man. Why did a wee guy seen Jim Leighton with no teeth?
Aye.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Big Doug Rugby. Can you remember Big Doug? Do you play against Doug Rugby?
Aye.
By the
Do you
way.
think it would help Lewis if he Vaselined the eyebrows?
Aye.
No.
Leighton-esque.
Tell you what, he's not even had a.
I don't know why Leighton done that.
Son in it.
Do you want? No.
I seen
The
boxers
Vaseline.
doing it.
The
Supposedly
Vaseline
he's done it with his boys as
The
well.
boxers do it. The
It's
boxers
to stop
do it.
the
So you can
boxers.
slide
sweat
up.
getting in your eyes, you know.
Sweat?
Aye.
They don't run enough to sweat.
Aye.
Players nowadays.
No, goalies
No,
especially, I know. Goalies
Goalies,
sweat.
I know.
No, that's right. I thought you meant
Aye.
about outfield players. but-
Goalies sweat. The goalies at Celtic sweat when they're sitting waiting the team getting ready so they don't want to play.
Well, there's a massive game in England on Sunday. Liverpool Man City. There's an even bigger one in Scotland.
Like, have you done that?
Like 3 months, guys. Aberdeen against Hibs. Pivotal, whoever wins this, guys, who finishes in third place.
I've asked this, right, well, see if they two didn't get their act together, could Livingston finish third?
Aye. Why not?
You think?
I think Livingston could.
Do you know something?
Momentum's a wonderful thing in football, isn't it? Livingston's.
I know my
got
boys.
that momentum.
I know my boys obviously at Aberdeen, but
Go Kenny.
that would give me a lot of pleasure to see Livingston winning in third. There you go.
beat
And
Aberdeen.
do you want to know why?
Beat
Because
Aberdeen.
I hear sometimes we talk about boys going, he's no good enough. He's came through that level. They're guys that have come up. Pittman, right? Where did he come?
Juniors.
He played with the juniors. Look at him.
Do you know he played centre mid with Martindale in the same junior team?
Oh, wow,
Aye,
what
aye.
a story.
Yeah.
No, that is brilliant. Hey, and that gives hope to all these guys. You know, whatever level you're playing at, you know, you can get there, and they're the kind of the example of that. I've said this. You've known for the last few years when I
Aye.
went to watch them.
Big love for
I've
Livy.
always been impressed with them. Not just about their attitude, but they've got quality about them. So that would.
Can I just say you've got a bean in your bonnet, in your Under Armour bonnet about Aberdeen just now, didn't you?
Something's going on. I wouldn't like what Derek McInnes has done to you.
Why?
We got ejected for the stadium.
Been a shite.
You had some for your son.
No.
Do you think they should be doing
I
better?
just think Aberdeen
But they're
have
always
got a
talking about
right
that,
good
Derek.
calibre of player, but you're worth nothing unless you go and you get everything you've got.
How many times have we spoken about Aberdeen that they should be up there going for second and third every single year, and I know they keep getting beat with teams that shouldn't beat them, and that's they've always done
Because
it.
maybe
They've done
they
it every
think
year.
they're better than what they are.
Aye, maybe. Just think you turn up, I know.
I love this way.
I do like it.
So, listen, the first thing, he's just spoke about it, the first thing is about your attitude, your desire to win a game of football, you know, and they're not showing it. They are good players, but they're not showing it at the minute. So they need to get their finger out.
I'd run through a fucking brick wall for you.
Well said, Simon.
I know.
When are we getting when are you getting a job?
I'm telling you,
I would run through.
that's going to be my assistant, Derek.
I would run.
I'd run through a polystyrene one for you.
Where will the game be won and lost? Hibs v Aberdeen, Frank.
Well,
good
the one
for
and
you?
loss.
On the pitch.
Listen, I think Hibs are a better team when they play.
Think?
I think
Right.
when the two of them play football, I like seeing. But again, it's Nisbet that's got to play. They've got to be these boys. They've got to get the good players on the park because, you know, fit them in. Don't fit them into places that are uncomfortable, but you know, put them in. I think they've got better players than Aberdeen. And I like watching Hibs better than Aberdeen. You know, I prefer. If I had to watch a game, I'd watch Hibs before Aberdeen.
By the way, I'm a bit worried about him.
What are you going to do with that?
No, I was
But Boyle back on form, Boyle scored, Dodge and Nisbet up.
Boyle, Murphy, Nisbet, Dodge,
handful.
and then you look at Aberdeen, you've got Hayes, you've got Kennedy. There's the two. Look at Murphy, look at Boyle, right? Excellent going forward. Well, Kennedy.
If you want to look at Boyle, there's a one on
Aye.
And then, do you know what I heard there, right? Sorry, because I've got one as well.
No, listen. I felt sick to Marcel, right? Because I tell you why. I heard Boyle, and I heard it slide, and then I heard Hayes, and I felt there's an attack coming here. But we'll move on.
Sorry,
It's a
interrupted.
fantastic
Okay.
But no, but I think that they're so important, so they need to get their act together, Kennedy and Hayes as well, but also at the back. I mean, Big Ash Taylor, he goes off the other night, I don't know what's happened to him. He gets a wee knock. Sometimes you've got to learn to play through games with a knock.
people don't
You're
do
not
that.
always 100% fit, you'll know that.
People
More than
don't-
most,
people
sometimes
don't do
you're
that.
always carrying an injury. Get through it. So that's sometimes. I know the boy Hedges hurt his shoulder. You know, is it enough? No, that's what I'm asking the question. Is it enough to go off the park?
No.
Can you stay on? Can you get through the game? It'll be uncomfortable, but for the sake of the team, you know, sometimes I think it's the easy option. I'm not feeling that I've got a wee.
I took
I've
an
got a wee-
injection on one of the
We
painkiller
all did,
injections.
Maka.
On my ankle for I do 4 or 5 games just to get me through.
And I used to, and
Terrible, aye.
And
But it's one of them, that's what you done. You didn't want to stay at the team, you know, you
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to play.
I used to take the epidurals in my back as well.
I would take the blame because for our Barry at times, because he knew, because
He
of
was soft, wasn't he,
our generation, right? Our generation, we were used to, we would take Jags, cortisones all the
Aye,
time,
all the time.
and he would hear me or other boys speaking about it, you know, and he get into that way just to get through a game, taking a Jag, and at times it's not the right thing to do, no taking them all the time, but sometimes you need to take an injection just to get through a game, or just get through it, you know, and be uncomfortable.
But here, there's a massive talking point in Scottish football now, and Andy Halliday brought it up. His point was that Scottish football, he thinks the league's the strongest it's ever been with the teams. Now,
Great point.
Well, I'm unsure on it, Derek, and the reason
No.
Why did you not say that to him on the
No, I did.
poddy? Oh, did you?
That's a
remember I
great-
said-
It's not a podcast now, by the way. He's now calling it the
Poddy.
The poddy.
Poddy. So what I was saying to Andy was,
On the poddy.
on the pod, and what I said to him is that if it was as strong, would Aberdeen and Hibs, surely they would have been closer to Celtic, I think, and with the amount of points Celtic have dropped. That's my...
So hard to win a game in the Premier League.
Football's
Look at the form. Look at St Mirren. St Mirren have been excellent. St Johnstone
yeah.
again last night. You could say they were pretty unlucky. I think Dundee United at the moment and Kilmarnock are struggling a wee bit. But to win a game of football, just go back to what we were saying. You know, you've got to be at it 100% to get 3 points. So I think the level has went up a notch or two this
I think
season.
managers
Home
and coaches as well have.
Home games mean nothing now because of the fans.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, you see it, a lot of away wins, and you're like, that would never happen. You know, that's...
And Cham, you see that?
Andres
Andres Villas-Boas.
Sham's been trying to get Lenny to resign all year, and he goes to
now
France.
he's got
On the
everything.
plane, he got that manager to resign.
Crazy situation. That does show you though now, managers obviously didn't sign players.
No, they don't.
No,
Which is great.
I know,
See,
but it's not very good for it's not very good for Sham going out there, and there's a big kick up because
How would you
I wouldn't
feel?
think it was because it's Sham. I think it's because he just didn't want any more players that he didn't ask for.
Right.
I think that would be what the manager's got a problem with.
Like Frank Lampard, wasn't he?
Because I like Sham. I think he's a good player.
But he
Did Frank Lampard sign these players?
doesn't he? We talk about people you need to be on it every week. Is Livy and Cham on it every week?
Well, I don't know, but the thing is, I don't think you got to run the team. I think you've got to give players like that to run the team, and he never got a good run, did he? He never really got. He gets 3-4 games and then was dropped out, and I thought it was good.
But see, if he was any good, Frank, he would have stayed in the team because Sorrell only got one chance to get on the team and he stayed in the team due to the fact that he does turn up every time he's there.
Due to the fact there was nobody else there that could go in there.
No, but with the ability of Cham's, he should have been playing for Celtic every week. So there's obviously
I get that,
a
but
reason why.
Yeah, but you've got to say that. I know that, but the manager's got to get something out of you as well. You know, you've got to get some new players. I think he's a talented boy.
Yeah.
I think you'll see if he goes and plays abroad. You'll see. You'll go, my God, he's got a talent. I think he's got a chance of going far. That's what I'm saying. So there's something there that I think a good manager would have got at him.
You agree?
Do you think the boy enjoys your type of
Nah.
football? I think maybe that he doesn't fancy it. I mean, it's just for me, on the outside looking in, I think he thinks he's better than what's here in Scotland. That's why he's wanting to go afar. So there might be a wee bit of arrogance there with him, and he just doesn't fancy your type of football.
What about you, Paul?
But I was just about to say that, Simon, for him as a player, going there now that after that's happened, what is he thinking? Honestly, you would be embarrassed, but wouldn't you? You would be, imagine going into the training or that.
But see, that's the thing. I don't think they're embarrassed. In this
Is
day
he
and
no
age.
back?
I don't think the boy just goes
the
early.
man they
No,
didn't
he
accept his resignation, did they? They said not.
They put him on gardening leave now.
Is he?
Is he?
I'd love to do that.
It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
My missus says go into football, get sacked and just get paid off. I'm like, brilliant. Become a manager and get paid off. Brilliant, isn't it? It's work. I know.
We need more guys like you in management, Frank. That's what we need. We need guys that just didn't get sacked. Brilliant. What about you, Paul?
David Martindale's the same. He's coming out, he's like a breath of fresh air. He's coming out, but I keep watching him going, he's going to make a mistake sometimes. He's going to commit with something. Like, fuck.
What about you on Cham, Paul? I would like to know your opinion on him.
Well, I'm disgusted with AVB.
Are you right?
AVB, good shout.
It takes a coward to do what he done. Listen, I agree if you're a manager and the sign players, that's fine. Keep it behind closed doors. Speak to the board. If you're not happy, leave that way. To come out in the press and humiliate the boy.
Aye.
I'm not the biggest fan of him at Celtic, but in this instance, I find it disgusting for that man, and I hope he doesn't get another job.
He was looking for a way out.
Well done.
I think that was his opportunity.
Maybe
Maybe
start Frank's wife.
I think he resigned before. Last summer, he was on holiday and the players off phone saying, you've got to come back.
He's looking for a way out, isn't he?
Aye.
He just says easy money.
use a player,
I know.
throw a player under the bus before he's even came to the club. I think that would be bang for him.
Chairman, owners of clubs do what they want. I mean, Big Sam was saying about West Ham. He said he used to get on a Monday morning and the chairman come in and say, I've got your player. And he's like,
He
he's usually a centre forward who was hopeless.
I don't get that, do you?
But I'm saying, I mean, I was wanting your opinion on Cham as a player.
As a player?
I think he's got talent there.
No, I get that with talented players. I've seen him many times. Unless you date on the pitch, and I don't think he did at Celtic. I think he had many chances, and I think it was so many times the game just drifted on by him. And put your stamp on it. And he had the ability, but it doesn't matter. As what Derek said, if you've not got it in there, it means nothing.
And what might happen, seeing a few years down the line, he'll realise, he'll go, God, that was at a big club.
But he might not be happy
and he'll go, I've made a mistake here. I should have knuckled down. I should have just
when
gone.
When he came in there, I thought it was a replacement for Scott Brown. I thought it would have been I thought just sitting there, because he can spread the ball. His passes 60 yards and all that, he's different class that way. But he never stamped his authority in the game, so...
If you didn't know what to run about in Scotland, you've not got a chance.
No.
Celtic Tuesday night. Where's that been for the last few while, Paul?
Frustrating. I think that's very frustrating.
Still talking about football?
Oh, well, that as well, Simon. But certainly on Tuesday night, listen, we've seen different, so it might be like I'm being negative because I've had a good result. We needed that months ago. Because what that proves is, it's still there. We've still got the players. I think his team was right, though.
He got his team, but I thought the team was better.
I thought Welsh. He done well. Done well.
You can go and press because they took and defend 2v2 at the back, so quick. Whereas Beaton and Duffy,
They're still. I like the boy Kennett coming. I thought it was different.
Yeah, a bit enthusiasm, thank you.
You get down the wing 4 times, you whipped it across the box, nobody there. And the strikers are going, where did that come from? Because that's not happened at Celtic. So if he keeps doing that, Edward will score a lot of goals, because he'll get the two of them and Ayeti or whatever, or whoever's playing up front will get used to it. If they know the ball's coming across like that, they'll get in there, but they've not had it for all season.
But I just think Edward plays so much better with Turnbull and
of course he does.
Turnbull's are so much more than what El Yunusi does.
Turnbull's are excellent. I think the best thing that happened the other night from a Celtic point of view was they took Duffy out of the equation. He's been a bomb scare. He's been a decent player, he's been a good player. It's just for whatever, it's no harm for him. So that was the best decision that Neil Lennon could do, was take him out of there. And stick with the boy Welsh, let him play a young boy, give him games for now to the end of the season. If he's going to pair him with Ayer, why no? And you're saying about the fullback that's come in as well. It's just, again, but goalkeeping wise as well, I just think they look weak. They could have lost a couple, couldn't they? There was one that come in and he was actually...
Look at the back post.
Aye, so, but I think taking Duffy out of it and it was a right decision that.
It was 4 yards out. You know, a goalkeeper comes out and gets that.
Was there a red card that should have been?
With Brown?
No. I didn't see it.
I mean, against Livingston, the one I said to you about, definitely. But no, the other night, I think you just try to protect him, so get his arm up. You do that. You don't play with your arms by your side. You've got to for your balance and protection. So, no, I don't think there was any intent. I don't think.
Frank, I want to ask you, see if Ayeti gets a run, could he score goals? I think his record's not bad, goals-wise. Don't know if he does enough outside the box.
He's just a poacher, but I don't know if it's good enough. It doesn't do enough for me, for the team. It doesn't hold it up. I like strikers that can hold on to the ball, bring other players into it. Unless he's one-on-one, he just wants to go to goal. Which is all right if you want that kind of striker, but I don't know.
There's rumours of trying to sign Sadiq.
He's supposed to be at Lennox Town.
Him and Rab Douglas' motor.
Rab Douglas picked him up, didn't he?
Picking up well.
Right, Paul, we're on it.
Just before you finish that,
you can say whatever you like, mate.
On Turnbull, why did they take him off again?
By the way,
why is he
not happy? He's not. You can see his face when he walks out every time now. Because I'd be saying, he's different class. And all of a sudden, he's walking off. And
I'll be honest.
I'm surprised they never brought a centre half in there. Yeah, but it shows to me, Lenny's not going to be there. No matter what he says. He says he's building for next year.
You still think he'll not be there, Frank?
No, next year. He says he's looking forward to.
Do you think he's going to
build? Do you think he's going to be there next year?
The way he's talking, you would think so.
The fans will not accept it. I like Lenny, but if he's there next year, the fans will not buy tickets.
On to Rangers, and the reason I asked about the red card to Scott Brown, because I believe that...
Oh, is it? You talking about Roof?
Yeah.
He's only done the brown one, so he can ask you about the
You just call it as you see it. It's a red.
He's a coward.
It's Slaney, it's a red card. Every day of the week. So it is. So I don't know.
We've not done any kind of tackles, but
I get the protection, but when you come down on somebody like that, I think there's a bit of, he needs to step across him, but there's a wee bit of intent there as well. So, but I don't think that, he was booked 20, so I think that's that done and dusted, but it was nice. And Big Murray Davison, by the way, he's had some horrendous injuries, so he was lucky that he's no broke his leg, but that's a red card all day.
The referee's been poor, so at least they must improve.
it's easy for you to say.
No, but even as a pundit in the band or
You
a
calling
player,
yourself a pundit now?
aye, Simon, or a player or a manager, we put ourselves in there for criticism, for praise, whatever. Referees, they're there, and if they're doing well, we'll say they're doing there. On Rangers, wasn't it a good performance for them, but they win again.
Aye.
And that's the difference from this season. They've really changed that mentality, Simon.
That's what it's about at this stage of the season for Rangers, isn't it? Just keep picking the games off.
Credit to Callum Davison, but set his team
done
up
well,
well.
hasn't
It was a little bit, they were talking about it, a 3-6-1, so we packed the midfield, made it hard for them, worked their socks off. Rangers should have been in front of the first half. They had a couple of good opportunities. But I tell you what, Hadji, he's not right to score that. No. He's actually running away for goal, and then to swivel and hit it and get it on target. It's a brilliant goal.
Well done it. Through a lot.
A lot of bodies. So listen, some Rangers fans are critical of Hadji. I like him.
He scores important goals, Derek, doesn't he?
And he's got a great attitude.
Yeah.
When he comes on to the park, you don't see him spitting the dummy. You just see him working hard, and he's a talented boy. And you're right, he comes up with some crucial goals. But I thought St Johnstone, were really well organised last night. Worked their socks off, and I think it was it a chance when McGregor pulls off a brilliant save. So he did, but that's what he's there for, and that's why we talk about. We talk about the importance of having a good goalkeeper. There you go. There's another example last night.
But say what you want about Morelos, Rangers much better team than Morelos, isn't it? I think.
I think he works his socks off, but the biggest problem is his temperament, really. I thought it went, I thought it had gone. But he's still got that. I mean, I like players that've got that devilment in them. Yeah. It's got like a wee bit. I mean, that the other night,
you were like
the roof,
you were like
the
that.
Ball. That happens in football.
Yeah,
it's the stamping and all that. You go, don't like that. I've never done that because I was injured for a year, and it's somebody, and it wasn't a stamp, just somebody done me. So I hate seeing people getting injured. It's somebody it could be life-changing injuries. So, I thought Morelos, to hit his knee, he was out for a long, long time. That boy had been out for a long time. Roof went there and he thought the guy was going to top him. So it was a case of who got their leg highest. That was one of them. That happens in football, doesn't it? So I've not got a problem with that. But as Slaney said, Rangers are just not playing well, but they're getting results. And that's what Celtic done for 9 years.
Paul, are you worried that they could win the league at Celtic Park?
You played, didn't you? Reserve. A reserve.
Are you going to say this is the reserve league?
It's a reserve league.
Bollocks.
Derek, I don't want to be
It is what it is, and you've just got to go on with it. And see what you're doing, Slaney. You're just like some players at certain clubs that just want to make excuses and all that.
Wow.
Just go on with it. It is what it is. We live in certain times, and just at the end of the season, whoever's top of the table deserves. Whoever's at the bottom deserves to get relegated.
They keep saying about Celtic winning and never the challenge for Rangers. They've got to win all the games, so you've got to go on with it. I mean, I've not got a problem with. I'm getting pelters with some Rangers supporters at the moment, but it's good because I gave them it for 9 years. You've got to take it.
Yeah,
you just got to take it. By the way,
for the last 5
He named himself the shark on the poddy this week, so let's see if he bites back.
When you look back and say Steven Gerrard is the saviour, and look back and say, shows the pictures, there's not one fan in the crowd. What the fuck was that? Okay,
Get that pen, Derek. You want to switch places, Frank?
I know, it's fine, that's terrible. I've got great photos. I've got great photos when I play. I've got great photos when I play. It's hundreds of
Sharks biting Simon.
Excuses.
Brilliant.
Aye.
I'm petrified in it. Wish I didn't say all that.
Brilliant.
Right, we're on to the coupon.
Right.
So you ask Derek?
I got you ask Derek.
You asked Derek, gonna?
Wow. No, you asked me, Slaney.
He wants to hear the tremble in your voice.
Okay.
Listen, You don't worry, you know me. Yeah, hey, you know me now.
No, you're a father figure, certainly.
Correct.
Alloa versus Queen of the South.
Right, I'm going to go with the Queens. Aye, and away win.
Wow.
They're down there at Alloa. So are Queen of the
Queens have
South.
done alright though, eh?
Aye,
Picked up,
but they have picked up a wee bit boys' shields up top. So it's a tight game.
Right.
But I think Queens will just edge that.
Lovely.
Boys, sorry, Paul, just on the boys' shield, because he is doing really well. Where did he come from?
Who's that?
Shields.
Shields, he started at Albion Rovers, then he went to Sunderland, got a move to
Right.
Sunderland. I'm not sure where he went for there, but
What's his name? Dean Shields, is it?
No.
it's good, by the way.
Yeah, good,
Now you're talking about...
Dean Shields.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Right, okay, I know who you're talking about now.
But see, like, you're talking about Nisbet. Look where he started. Right?
Yeah.
Where he was plying his trade. So he's a boy who's coming back up. I like him. So are they. Right. Next.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're all right.
Just wanted to know a bit about him. No, because I seen he's been scoring goals. I wasn't too sure where they got him
No,
from.
he's a good player.
Celtic versus Motherwell.
You've not gone to a broth.
Sorry, no, I'm both
You've done him, man. He's all over the place.
Come on,
Sorry, guys.
Take that piece of paper off him.
Right, Derek, you ready? Sorry. I broke the film.
Right, I know they've had a brilliant result the other night, Dunfermline, 4-1 against Wraith. But do you know something? I've got a wee sneaky feeling. I think a Broth, bottom of the table, are going to nick it.
Wow.
The boy Hamilton, on loan for Livingston, scored again. I know they're part-timers, Dick Campbell's side, but in Dunfermline, sitting second. But, and that's, I'm just, who cares?
Your only worry though is if Rab Douglas is going to say like today, part of the Arbroath coaching staff.
Well, that was poor for Rab Douglas' timing it. You know what I mean? It should have kept going.
Aye.
We don't know what the weather's going to be like, and that's always a tough
And he didn't
venue,
like that.
Arbroath. So I was going to go for a draw, but hey ho, I'm going to go
If he's away, then
for Arbroath.
Aye. Pulse Lane, the Pulse Lane derby.
Right, I'm going to.
Oh, it's all right, well done, son. No.
I was thinking of a draw. Do you know that? But I think Celtic will win that at home.
Dundee Inverness.
I'm going to go. Dundee need to get their act together. Dundee.
Morton Rafe.
Morton, they're in turmoil at the minute. There's all sorts of shenanigans going on down there. And although they've been beat 4-1 the other night, Raith Rovers, I'm going to go with Raith Rovers.
Hibs Aberdeen.
I know, it's a toughie, man. Draw.
Wow. Livy St Johnston.
Go on.
Martindale.
Go on, 15
Martindale's
games.
even saying
You're not even calling them Livy, you're just calling them Martindale.
Just calling them
Martindale.
Martindale.
Maybe we should change it.
Martindale FC.
Call him boss.
Ross County Dundee United.
Oh, I tell you what, Dundee United.
gone, haven't they?
They're a bit of soft
gone.
touch at the minute. And I liked, they would have loved that win the other night, Big Yogi side. So I was going to go with a draw with that one. County just to edge it. County, yep.
Disappointed being Mickey Mellon. You know what I mean?
Oh, he was raging. You could. I was listening to his interview last night. He was raging. So he was. So he might get a reaction from him, but I'm going to go County.
Okay, St Mirren Kilmarnock.
St Mirren. Jim Goodwin doing a brilliant job there.
Yeah. Hamilton Rangers.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know. It's a struggle, isn't it? Get a lot of loving for the ACCIES, but I'm going to go with my heart and my head. Rangers.
Do you think we'll be commentatorless this week?
Who's doing it?
I know.
Why don't you do it? Put a wee plate to Hamilton.
I'll do it for this game. I'll do it for this game.
Yeah.
Sunday, sorry.
Hamilton Rangers.
Sunday.
I'll do it just for this
That's
game
a great
only.
shout.
Oh, mate, I would love that. I'd pay to watch that.
Aye.
Do
Listen,
you know the boy? I'll give the boy a wee tip. Mark. I think he's called Marcus here, you know Mark? Great lad, so he is Marcus. Brilliant boy.
2,000
Looks
pounds.
like him actually, doesn't it?
Simon.
He's a gin, yeah.
Great lad. £2,000, Simon.
£2,000 to do it.
£2,000.
We're going ones.
You want to ask Frank as well?
Brilliant
Done that so
shout.
well. What? Picked for him to do it?
Aye.
It just says you've done so well, so you did.
Aye.
Right, Frank, you
ACCIES
ready?
TV. No, Slaney, get it on against you. ACCIES TV. You've got to
Come on,
do
yeah.
it.
Listen, as I
You're the
say,
man.
I'll be there, offer the big bucks, and I'll turn up. And trust me, when I turn up, I'll turn up very flashy.
Phone
as you
me.
know.
I'm
You'll need to do a job before you go.
I'm his agent, so phone me.
Okay, Frankie boy, here we
Right.
go. Alba, Queen of the South.
Draw. Draw.
I'm both Dunfermline.
Dunfermline. Celtic.
Dundee Inverness.
Dundee.
Marlon Raith Rovers.
Two bad teams.
Raith are good. Two bad teams.
Raith Rovers, I'll go with Raith.
Hibs
Go on.
Aberdeen.
I'm going to go with Hibs to beat Aberdeen.
Livingston Johnston. Livingston. Okay. Ross County Dundee United.
Draw.
St Mirren Kilmarnock.
St Mirren.
Hamilton Rangers.
Rangers.
Well done, Frank.
There you go. By the way, I won last week as well. Never good. You never.
I think
never come
somebody
up.
meant it.
Is that somebody's meant that? I only
stitched
did
you
one
up.
wrong last week, I think.
Did you?
I think he won the money and didn't get it.
You're in top form.
Got too much money that man.
Terrible. Terrible.
Right,
it
Slaney,
is.
you ready, mate?
Yeah.
Catastrophe it is.
Paul Slane of Hamilton Accies TV, you ready?
Accies, brilliant.
Do you know what? No. That's not a good pick. I'm too big for that shite. Seriously.
No, you're no. Hey,
Here, their commentators doing shites all the time. No, that's not right for my
listen,
I'm the big
you
dog,
get
man.
yourself, you
big
and
dog.
Chipper, you be in the office
Oh,
with Chipper and that.
Yes, I.
You and
Man,
Chipper.
have you Chipper after the game?
Chipper,
I'd give it a
Brilliant.
hat to you, fucker.
Herdy's a good cook, I know.
Aye, he's a good
isn't he?
cook.
Is he?
Aye, he used to
Nice
cook
Chipper.
for Big Yogi, didn't he?
Did he up the
When
road,
they stayed
aye.
together, aye.
Aye.
So there you go.
Douglas
Past that
He
sort
could
of-
move in with you.
Nobody. Do you know? Do you know?
Oh, imagine him and Chipper in a two-bed flat.
Here, no. One
the
bed, up. He down, I'm like, go and get a breakfast on Chipper.
Aye, you'll make it. Aye.
Get a
He
fryer
likes,
for
he
us.
likes, he likes that pasta. He likes pasta. Chipper and
I can
Big
see
Yogi,
that.
that's all he used to eat. Pasta.
Talk
That's all
talk
he did.
tactics.
Falkirk.
Wow.
Falkirk.
Big Chipper's making you your
Pre-season big
breakfast,
bowl of
lunch
pasta.
and dinner.
This is a
It's all inclusive. And you're in.
What? Advert that's popped up today for my job advert, isn't it?
I know,
Brilliant.
brilliant.
Put that down in the job centre next week.
I can see it. You love. I can. You'll be one of us.
Who's a commentator that he could, what standards could he get to commentating with?
McCoist is a man.
Tyler.
Martin
Tyler.
He's good. Well, he's good.
I coached him. He's got a rebirth of his hair. Where did that hair come from?
I know.
He didn't hair.
Questions to be asked there, isn't there?
No, he's looking well. He's looking brilliant. So
But he's had something done, hasn't he?
aye, quite a few people have had it done. So
McCoist is coming on. The Cooper Show.
Yeah.
Is he? Aye, he's top.
Good lad.
drawer,
He's
isn't
coming on. I've been
he?
replaced.
He's a
for him,
beautiful
but-
man. That's a
He is a good man. Even Celtic fans like McCoist. Do you know what I
Isn't
mean?
he? Aye, he's-
Anyway, sorry
that's
guys,
his-
I've drifted away here. Let's get back.
Right, Paul, the Cooten. Alloa versus Queen of the South.
Draw.
Score draw?
4 each.
Bro, have you done Dunfermline?
I'm going to go for a Dunfermline away win.
2-1.
3-0 Simon Dunfermline.
Celtic v Motherwell.
Celtic 7 Motherwell, no. No, Celtic, I think Celtic will win.
Now you're Accies, you against Motherwell, that's for 7-0 Celtic, yep. Dundee versus Inverness.
Going to go for a Dundee win.
Good bus journey that for Robert.
Yeah.
Morton v Raith.
Oh, I'm going to go for Raith Rovers, Simon.
Views all tipped Raith.
I did.
We have, aye.
Pitch at Morton's terrible, eh? Raith.
By the way,
That's a shot, aye.
we all called Raith Rovers last week v Dundee. Good job,
Certainly
boys.
did, yeah.
Hibs versus Aberdeen.
Hibs, Aberdeen. I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for Hibs. Down to Jackson Irvine.
Right.
Aye, that's
He
it.
set up Boyle, done well for the goal the other night. Good pass. Livingston versus St Johnstone.
Livingston.
That could be a battle, couldn't it? Livingston.
It'd be
v
horrible,
Johnstone.
but I think Martindale's got that wee bit between his teeth and hasn't he? Like I had last night. Simon, on you go.
I know.
Ross County versus Dundee United.
You still got it.
That's imagine Yogi and Mickey Mellons having a conversation.
Oh.
Likes Ken, aye, but they two speaking, man. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Do you know best? I think that's refreshing.
Good, isn't it?
Proper Scottish guys, they turn
Aye.
in. Like, see, the other break of Scottish guys that everybody thinks Scotland's like, innit? See
Yeah.
what American or that? We have
Stereotype.
Kilson, night haggis and all that. Aye. Aye, so, for fuck's sake. That's what I'm saying, I go for a lovely wee joke to that shite. Simon, I'm going to go for, that's a draw at no error.
Is it, right?
Aye.
Okay, St Mirren versus Kilmarnock.
St Mirren, Kilmarnock, St Mirren all day long. Kilmarnock have lost their identity, I believe. V Celtic, that wasn't a normal Kilmarnock performance. They're usually gritty and hard to beat, and they didn't show. So I think St Mirren will take care of them.
They're missing your mate Finlay and Broadfoot at the back.
Finley's supposedly going to Hearts. There you go.
Oh wow, we exclusive.
Exclusive.
Right, okay, good move for him. Hamilton versus Rangers.
Right, there's what.
Which you'll be coming.
You'll be doing the comms. Who are you going to have as your co-comms? That means co-commentator.
And he's up for it.
Maka.
I'll help you.
Do you want to?
Oh, that would be amazing, man.
That'd be unbelievable, mate, wouldn't
I
it?
can see that.
That would be
help you.
sensational.
I'll help you.
Almanac, get in touch if you're
What a
interested.
combination.
Interested.
So I'll go for Hamilton home win, Simon. Nah, Rangers will take care of you.
Good man, thanks lads.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.